way. We're good. All right, so thank you guys all for coming tonight to the ANSIL Community Garden Kickoff meeting. This is really an opportunity to just kind of introduce what it is that we want to do and why we want to do this community garden, as well as get your input, your feedback. If you guys know people that you think would be really good to include in emails or messaging that would like to actually join this, this sort of project or passion project, because we definitely really need people who kind of have a background in community gardens. And yeah, so basically that's where we're at today. And we will actually, by the end of the meeting as well, we'll try to come up with a time that we can try to have some consistent meetings where we can really sort of get the ball rolling on this.
Right.
So let me just go to the next slide here. So why do we want to build a community garden at ANSIL? There's several reasons. Number one is beautifying the neighborhood. We really feel like a vibrant green space will definitely improve life for everyone in the neighborhood. The place where we're planning on doing this community garden, if you guys have been to ANSIL, you know that there's a large parking lot sort of in the front on the Bruneau Place side. And then there's actually a large parking lot on the back as well. And so we have two locations where we can actually start doing this and put the gardens in. In the back, there's a long sidewalk that we feel like is going to be a perfect location for some garden beds. We can really kind of do some really creative things back there in terms of, signage and just really making it a beautiful sort of inviting place for people to come to. We can also have space back there for composting and things of that nature. And then in the front, also, there's a place where there was a swimming pool that was filled in. There's currently a tree in that sort of huge planter now is what it is. And then there's some beds that were put in previously. So what we are thinking about doing is really just kind of clearing all that out and just kind of doing a reset on that and making it a really beautiful feature for people that when they're driving by there, it will draw interest. But overall, the idea is for it to be a place that has greenery, it's lush, maybe we'll put some flowers out there as well, and just make it really, really inviting and beautiful in the neighborhood. The next thing is it can promote a cleaner environment. So we really are big advocates of doing things that are sustainable, not only for the people that we're serving, the people that are benefiting from the programs, but in addition to that, just overall in our society and our environment. So I mentioned composting, recycling and reducing pollutants is a part of something that happens with community gardens or that we can include with our idea. And so we're looking, of course, at having options of using repurposed, recycled materials. We really want to just be outside the box and be as creative as possible and highlight some of these things, because I think at the end of the day, this can really be a focal point for all of Kennewick, for the community, and it can help people really see what can happen when we really start to pull together and bring these types of ideas together. The third thing is healthy lifestyles. And not only are we producing fruits and vegetables with a community garden, but we're also encouraging people to do gardening, which is a stress relieving activity. So that pretty much speaks for itself. We definitely want to encourage the young adults in the program to adopt healthier lifestyles as well. And so, overall, I think I have another slide about education, but this is definitely an educational opportunity to help people to adopt healthier lifestyles and maybe incorporate some foods and activities into their life that they may not have ever had access to before.
Hey, Crystal,
Yeah.
Let us know when you'd like us to chime in on these.
Go right ahead. Yes. Did you have something that you wanted to share?
I had an idea too, like to get like the young adults interested in doing it, allow them to grow their favorite vegetable or something they want to try, and then we can make a recipe around that. And I have tons of recipes. I have millions and millions of recipes. I completed my certificate as an integrative health coach in 2015. I'm going to a practitioner program right now.
Woo, yay, that's awesome.
So I can probably, we could do something fun around that. And I think when they see that kind of lifestyle could be delicious, then they start moving into that more. And it's self-sustainable. Like we're teaching them life skills too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, all of that. So I love that, and thank you for putting that in there. Yes, we would love to have that kind of input. Absolutely. So again, fresh produce for families that otherwise can't afford it. What we would like to do with this community garden is have people that have some ownership in it. So we're kind of mulling around ideas of membership and giving individual plots to the members so that they can grow whatever they want inside their own plot. But we also have a ton of ideas on, just because gardens produce a lot of food. So there's going to definitely be opportunities to give away some food, to sell some food, those types of things as well. So that's one of the benefits of us doing this.
Well, and you guys can get different vegetables in that kitchen area too, because I know that the food bank only supplies so much different produce. So
Yeah.
that might be great because you guys are feeding the homeless, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, actually, we're not feeding the homeless. We're just providing some food to the people in the program, the residents, young adults. And so we're still, Tobaski can address some of those things about like what we would like to do and what we can see going forward, and the reason why we're not currently doing any kind of soup kitchen or anything. So I'll give that one to Tobaski you can speak to that now or later if you want to.
So Crystal, has anyone talked to the city of Kennewick yet about doing a community garden?
We haven't officially had any communication with them about it. Not that I know of. Have you, Tobaski?
No, as far as no, we've talked to Eastern Washington's Master Gardeners last year, but that was about it.
Well, the Master Gardeners are a really great resource, but I don't know what the program is in Kennewick, but I know in Richland that they have a certain amount. The city has a certain amount of support for community gardens, and I also know someone who is a Master Gardener. Used to be involved in the Richland community garden projects, and I sent him an email saying, if he wants to give some advice or participate in a deeper way, to just get back in touch with you. So I'll let you know if anything comes to that.
Perfect. That's exactly what we need. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute, or actually, Tobaski, if you can mute everyone, and then if you have something to say, you can just go ahead and unmute yourself and jump in, but we'll keep it muted just in case people are jumping in and there's noise going on in the background.
Crystal, you're muted.
You have to unmute yourself. There you go. You're unmuted, Crystal.
Okay, got it. I have two screens here, but there's a limit to like what can be on them.
I got you.
So again, stronger community, pride of community, and this is a safety and security benefit as well, because once we start to build this sort of feeling in the community that there's a sense of pride there, I think people will take ownership and be like, okay, wait a minute, like what does need to go on here and what doesn't need to go on here, those kinds of things. So lots of benefits for safety reasons. And of course, educational opportunities, as we've already mentioned. for our young adults in the program, as well as anyone who really just wants to come out and learn how to get their hands dirty. Okay. So what do we need to do to make this vision a reality? Well, we need building materials, of course, donated, recycled, reused, and we do have budget now, yay, for this project. So we do have some budget that we can use to actually purchase building materials. But again, I think that it is really part of the heart of at least my intentionality to be intentional about reusing, getting things that are donated and using things that are recycled as well, just for the health of our community and our planet. Of course, we'll need soil and compost. We need plants and seeds. But the number one thing we need is volunteer labor and volunteers to help maintain the garden. Again, I did mention that we are looking at doing sort of like a membership thing where people can pay for a plot and that can be theirs. They'll be responsible for maintaining it. But overall, I think to get this thing really going, it's really going to take some volunteer hours and people who are really kind of passionate and dedicated about gardening to really get it to be the thing that we're kind of envisioning. So again, we do have space for 2 large gardens. We will need to set up irrigation. Part of the vision is to include rainwater catchment to reduce the cost of watering. We will have composting bins. We will have beautiful signage, and we will have an area for tools and an area for relaxing. The signage, it would be really cool if we could get some local artists maybe to, you know, kind of create something. I don't know. I know that there's a young man who's actually a friend of mine that has done a lot of community art, you know, around the Tri-Cities. And so having someone like that maybe to actually create some sort of an archway or an entryway into the garden, a beautiful sign, that hopefully would be something that we could manifest.
We actually have many talented artists in the program too.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, you're right. As community outreach, it'd be beautiful to have them work with some of the folks. I'm guessing you're referring to Jordan and what he does?
No, I'm not talking about Jordan. I'm talking about Joseph Rastovich.
Okay.
He has done a lot of the large installations that you see, like when you go through the roundabouts in Kennewick, and I don't know in other areas, but specifically in Kennewick, the art pieces that are in the roundabouts, he's the person who's done a lot of those.
Okay.
And so, you know, I'm kind of
So
thinking
Joseph lives across the street from me.
well, there you go.
So I'll talk to him real soon.
Perfect. All right.
Do you guys need some education on the catch bins and stuff?
Yeah.
So my cousins live out in Arizona, and they have a self-sustaining area and they bought a bunch of property in very low income to serve their population there, and they built 2 Airbnbs that are made out of straw bale and adobe, and they're beautiful Airbnbs. But what's cool about it is they built the catch basins for water, which you get hardly any there, but they have everything solar. So they might be a good person to bring on to a meeting as a consultant if you guys want some free advice and some ideas, because they're very frugal.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
You know,
Just
right
give
now,
me some tips on how you want me to handle that, and I can get a hold of them. They're traveling right now, but they would definitely jump on another meeting or something, or call Toboski or something.
perfect. Perfect.
Sue and Sil Entreveras is their name. It's my cousin.
Perfect. Making a note of that. Yeah. There's a lot of things like that, you know, sustainability wise, that we really have mulled around and have, you know, discussed, you know, the potential of, you know, even, you know, utilizing some solar power at some point to do things to help to mitigate the cost of the program. So there's a lot of ideas like that that we are really open to and that we would love to see if they can be implemented. Did you have something you wanted to say, Tabaski?
Oh yes, the guy that's helped this, he's in charge of the maintenance around here. Thursdays he has the kids cleaning up the property for area beautification. He just started his solar panel business, so
There we go.
I think we're good with that.
Falling into place.
Yep.
All right, so the cost and how much we can earn, I mean, I think that, you know, me personally, I went out and did some research to pull these numbers together because I don't have that level of expertise. I don't know, you know, 100% what it takes. 2,500 to 7,500 is a pretty wide range, but as I said, we do have some funds that have been earmarked for this. How much about do we have, Tabaski?
3,000.
Okay, so we have a good start. We, you know, of course, annual liability insurance, and then, you know, there's a lot of things that we can play with. Is this an employment opportunity for residents at some point? We did discuss membership for gardeners. I pulled up some information from these links that you see here, and they were talking about, you know, $36 a year. I think that we could have at least, you know, 15 to 30 paid gardeners, which would at that rate be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a year. That would just kind of go back to the program. There's other opportunities, selling seeds, selling produce, but the garden should at least be paying for itself. And I think that that's really, really doable. So how you guys can help, obviously, I mentioned the number one thing that we're needing here is volunteers, time and expertise, ideas. You know, we're very, I think as an organization overall, ANSIL is very visionary, very outside the box, and, you know, has a really big vision for what this could all lead to. I mean, we're at a very seedling stage right now, and still in a lot of aspects still gestating, but we're open to, you know, ideas, and we do have an expansive vision for the program. So whatever you guys can bring to the table, we appreciate. Donating funds to the project overall, of course, always, you know, any amount, it helps. And then also becoming a member and using the garden. We need to have people who definitely want to be engaged in using the garden, and not just have it be, because, you know, gardens can easily go from being, you know, thriving with healthy plants and stuff to just being a big old weed fest, which is kind of what we have out there right now. We don't want to see that happen. All right, somebody had a comment. Let's see. I have a couple of comments here. All right, so Tanya has shared some maps, some links, so perfect. So we'll go ahead and, actually, I'm gonna see if I can open these links so I can have them in my browser. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tanya. So finally, I think what, you know, again, this whole opportunity is today, as this kickoff meeting, is to just schedule some time to get together, to check out the space that we have. If you haven't been out there already, you can even just do a drive-by. The areas that we're talking about are pretty obvious, just right in the front on Bruno, and then right on the back of the building. It's actually that side street that comes down. I'm not sure what that street is. The side street there.
Vista?
No, on the side.
Oh, Conway.
Conway.
Yeah.
So you can see exactly where we're looking at putting these in. I have some sketches that I did, but they're still on paper and they're in pencil, so not easy to see. But I will be working on sort of solidifying some of the images and things like that, so that people can really have an idea and be excited about what this could look like and how it could all come out. I'm a facilitator. I am a enthusiastic booster for the program. I'm not necessarily a leader or a gardener, but I want to learn too. So that would be one of the things, I think one of the biggest things for me personally that I would ask a volunteer to step up to do would be someone who's willing to reach out to people that they know in the community, or even if you don't know people in the community, but you know who to contact. That would really be helpful for me, because that's just not really my vibe. Like, I like to stay in my lane with things that I'm good at. And so reaching out to people, not necessarily one of my strengths, but if there is someone here who does enjoy, you know, sort of networking and really communicating and bringing in the right people, that is definitely a skill set that we could use on this project. So that is the end of the slideshow, and I would like to open it up for any discussion, any comments or suggestions that you guys have. Additional suggestions.
Well, I'll start off. We're excited about what's going on. Our young adults are excited about what's going on. And then the transit community is excited about what's going on, because you have to remember, a lot of the folks had careers and stuff before now, had houses and everything, and they actually had the ability to have their own gardens. So as part of our initial incentive program, that will be one of the things that we add to it. And the idea with that is to be able to have our young adults gain some leadership qualities and be able to help manage what's going on back there, you know. So we're excited about it all. We want to keep it as organic as possible. Crystal, we have a large shed that will be delivered either this week or next week to store all of that stuff. So the space and everything is truly just coming together. You hear it first. I haven't officially finished the post, but we have a new property now. And at this new property, there's space for gardening over there. One of our young adults that will be moving over there has already asked about that. So, you know, maybe they can learn something here and be able to beautify their own space and you know, create that ownership. So super exciting. I can't think of any negatives about this. So I'm glad that we got the folks that's on right now, and I know you can, you know, spread your wings and your knowledge and help us get some more folks to make this thing come to life.
Well, I'll definitely network with the people I know. One of the people I know lives in Spokane, who has a large garden, and she also, one of the things she's done is in her neighborhood, she has gotten everybody on her street to plant flowers or vegetables, and the same kind of deal, you know, when she moved there, it was all, everybody had weeds and old junk cars, and over the 20 years she's been there, if you go down this little street, it's under that high overpass that you first go up into Spokane. It's under there, and like you go out down the street, there's just irises in every house. And so I'll talk to her, get some pointers from her, and see what she has to say. I also know a few people around town that do gardening and stuff. I'll just have casual chats with them. So when are you guys going to be? When are you guys going to be over at the facility? Will you be there tomorrow, Tabasky?
I'll be here tomorrow. Yes.
Okay. So maybe I can come over and look at what you got going right now.
Okay.
It's actually, you know, it's actually a good time to have this talk, because we have a lot of work to do, so that by next spring we could actually start planting. And one of the things we can do is get a lot of cardboard, make it really wet, put it over all the weeds, throw some dirt on top of it, and that will kill the weeds and the seeds, and we'll have some nice dirt to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually, I've been kind of doing a little bit of YouTube research and finding out that I'm not sure, I don't remember the terminology for that, but it actually works better. And it's a lot less work. And let's see, we got somebody waiting in the meeting, in the waiting room. Let me go ahead and let her in. It's a lot less work when you just put the cardboard and stuff down and then just start planting. You don't even have to like till any of that out. And it actually seems to be as effective, if not more effective, way to just.
What's the soil composition like on the plot?
Not sure about that. Do you
Well,
know?
we're going to create it. So we're going to, we're building bins on concrete. So it's whatever we bring in, which is the beautiful part.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
going to say that cardboard does work really good. I really think you guys have my cousins Sue and Sil to call you guys and talk to you about a lot of great ideas. And they're so passionate. They probably come from Arizona to help next year, I swear. That's how they are. And they're retired, so they can. But I wanted to say that there's a gal that owns an organic farm out of Benton City. Her name's Dolores. And she might be able to participate, if anything, donate some organic soil. I heard you say organic, Tobaski. And maybe even get some tips, because she can teach about like the importance of the minerals and all the things in the soil too.
Okay. Perfect. Now we
A
do.
good oh, sorry. Got
Oh,
stuck
no,
on soil.
Yeah, no, I was going to say with the soil, that'll be great. We do have that back alleyway that's a bunch of rock and weeds, and we can beautify that. And then we have a plot underneath the trees of soil that's already there that we can make better too. So.
What you might consider doing is going around to like coffee shops or restaurants and asking for scrap to start building a compost now. Because technically you want to lay it out in fall, but you could still lay it out early spring and it'd be pretty good for your plants.
Okay.
Good idea.
So all of this is great information. I guess what we can look to do is get everybody's email, and Crystal and I will consolidate this, and then we can put some timelines associated with this, and then whoever can reach out to their respected areas, and then really make this come together. So yeah, let's keep throwing out all the information, and we'll capture it and get it back to you.
Yeah, we're recording this too, and everybody who's here probably hopefully signed in on the website. If you didn't, then yeah, you can just kind of give us your okay, thank you, Sherry. You can give us your email addresses, and we'll just, like Tobaski said, we'll be in touch with you guys. But what I would like to do is plan a next meeting. Like what are the thoughts on that? Like if you know of people who you want to invite to another meeting, so that we can really actually start getting the ball rolling. I think that we definitely have the funds available right now just to build the compost area, and to actually start doing some of those things. So yeah, I'm just open to ideas and what time frames people think would be good. So
This is a good time if you guys are open to trying it, like the third, where are we at? What day is it? Wednesday of the month, and just kind of have it a scheduled time. And then if it doesn't work, maybe we can adjust. I don't know what the rest of the group thinks, but if we know it's going to be that same time, same day, that third day, first day, whatever, Wednesday of the month, that might help us put it on in our calendar as a reoccurring.
So the third Wednesday of next month would be the 16th. So should we come back together on September 16th and just invite as many people as you know and your contacts that you would want to include, and then we can come up with an agenda between now and then, which would, in my opinion, should be starting to delegate, like who's going to be doing what and how soon can we mobilize people to come out and actually build a compost area. How soon can we get people to start planning the building of all of the areas. How soon can we get people to come out and put the cardboard down and put the soil down, because we do have budget to buy some of these things now. So what do you guys think of that idea?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me. Can you send us like a reoccurring and it's as a group, opposed to a 3 o'clock instead of a 4, because we have a Benton Franklin Health Alliance that's coming up next month that's at exactly 4 o'clock, and it's only quarterly, but I usually try to attend those. And I don't want everybody to have to work around my schedule. That's not what I'm asking, but is everybody flexible for a 3 o'clock start time instead of 4?
I could do 3 o'clock. Is that
3
okay
o'clock
with
would work better for me, yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, thank you all. Kara hopped in a little bit late, but Kara, did you have anything that you wanted to share before we end?
Well, I missed most of it. I was having trouble joining the meeting for whatever reason, but I was just going to say, do we need to be looking for people who can build that section? Because I have a ton of people that I call on when I need projects. So
Absolutely.
anyway, I don't know. And what timeline, when are we looking to have it done?
So I would think I'm in agreement that the sooner the better. It would be lovely to have at least the compost going so that through the winter it can be doing what it needs to do, and then we'll have it actively ready in the spring or in the late winter when we start planting things.
Right.
Yeah, so the sooner the better. And again, you missed it a little bit at the beginning. We mentioned that we do have some budget already. We've got about $3,000 donated already, or as a grant to start.
Nice.
So yeah, so we can just really get the ball rolling. And for me personally, it's really just about getting engaged with your networks.
Right.
I don't have a huge network, but getting those people and you guys to start kind of putting the seeds out there to like the right people to come on board, and just all link arms and get it going.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you for being here, everybody.
So will there be an event created that we can invite people to for the next meeting?
Yeah, so we're gonna do the next meeting September 16th. I'm putting all of these on our website right now. I was trying to avoid doing an event through Facebook, but I think I probably will for the next one, just because it might be a little more visible that way.
Okay.
And so people can either RSVP through Facebook or through our website. And I prefer that they RSVP through our website because we can capture information better that way.
Okay.
So will you be sending us an invite here at the group though?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have to use Facebook for my personal. My work doesn't do it, and it's a little task oriented to.
So would you
better
you prefer an email?
Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. That's what I prefer. That's why I want people to go to the website, because once they've joined, then I can automate that process and send out emails that way.
So, I mean, if you want to keep it that way, to keep it simple and streamlined, we can talk about, you can put all the information you want and then just put the website /events, and then they'll go there, Kind of like Cara, who's very inspired and wanted to be a part of this, She didn't just say, hey, I couldn't get on, get on and give up. So that's the people that we want,
Yeah,
anyway.
for sure.
So, thank you for that.
Okay, everyone. So I will follow up with an email to everyone who's here today. We will set a reoccurring meeting on the third Wednesday. So the next one will be September 16th. We'll make it at 3 o'clock. And then between now and then, I think the task is just to invite as many people to the next meeting that would definitely feel like they want to dive in, get their hands dirty, and they can bring some skill sets to the table. And then probably by the end of September, early October, we can actually start some building and start creating the composting and all that kind of stuff. All right. Yay. I love when
Krista, I was just gonna say maybe next meeting, I'm totally great if you want to give me a task. That I work better that way. Like if we decide that I'd be good at one particular thing and you want me to go do that little project, that way the next month I have it done for you. So it doesn't get lost in my pile.
Okay. I'll give you a call tomorrow, Sherry, and we can hammer that out.
And then we can also work, like this would be volunteer for me, but I can also work as a representative of Merit Group. when it comes to maybe sponsoring something, I can see if my company would be willing to do that, to put some more money into the garden. Okay. 'Cause it's about food. It's about food.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
I don't know if y'all know, I own the Village Bistro in Kennewick, so we will have plenty of compost to donate.
Right on. Thank you. Thank you.
Love it.
Okay, Village Cafe.
It's true. And Carrie said she's gonna have some good compost for us as well. This is Carrie, by the way.
Hi.
She's
Hi.
in the ANSIL program and a very integral part of what we're doing, and lots of inspiration and everything. So she's excited about the garden too.
For sure.
So, good.
Perfect. Right on.
Oh yeah, I guess I kind of blocked you out because
Kara, did you say you have a place to eat? You have your own restaurant?
Yeah, the Village Bistro in Kennewick.
Oh, yummy. I'm hungry right now. Are you open?
We are. We're open till 7.
Okay, the Village Bistro.
I'll meet you there at 5:30, Sherry.
We were going out to eat. Wait, I'm in my sweatpants. I got to shower first. Village Bistro.
She needs more than 45 minutes.
I don't
Right.
care. I'll just put a baseball cap on.
Right on. Okay, guys, does anybody have anything else to add before we wrap up?
No, if any of you have not been to ANSIL to see the program as a whole, come by and let us give you a walkthrough. Yeah, because I guess right now we're not going to meet as a group until after the next meeting, I would imagine, right? Or how do you want to do that?
I think we should continue to do online meetings until we're ready to actually get out there and come up with a plan for making sure that everyone's being safe and stuff with, you know,
Yeah,
being in group settings.
yeah. So 101, come see me.
So I'll text you tomorrow, Tabasky. I'll text you tomorrow and find out when you're going to be there, and
Okay.
come by and look at everything.
Yeah, and we can do this before we hop off right now if everyone has just another minute or two. We can just make some introductions.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go first. I'm Crystal Willingham. I am the digital media point of contact for ANSIL. I'm on the volunteer board. And so I am responsible for creating the website. I've done the majority of social media stuff, although Tabasky is doing an amazing job keeping up on posts and keeping it current. That's, you know, in his pocket. And I am here to support in all things. And so, but my forte is sort of the digital media world and the website stuff. And so I see you guys all lined up. So Tanya, you're next in line.
Oh, okay. I'm Tanya, and I've been kind of involved in ANSIL kind of on a peripheral basis since before Tabasky got there.
Yep.
So as I said, I just do whatever Tabasky tells me to do. That's
She's been like a mentor to me, so it's been great.
Tabasky, you're next on my screen.
Ah, sweet. I'll go last.
Okay.
I'm
Got it.
long-winded.
I have Kara next.
Well, I'm Kara Vogt. I own the Village Bistro here in Kennewick. I am a mortgage loan officer at Evergreen Home Loans. I recently opened a boutique in Richland called D. Lynn's Boutique, named after my daughter. I sit on the board for the Dispute Resolution Center of Tri-Cities. And goodness knows what I've got going next. But I don't know, I just like living life and giving as much as my community as I can. So I'm excited to be a part of this.
Well, we're excited that you're here. Thank you so much. All right, I got Sherry next.
Hello, Kara, that's ridiculous. I mean, you have how many stores and what do you do? I can't keep up with all that. I am actually originally from San Diego, California, so I'm a native California chick, and I got transplanted out here 11 years ago, and was trying to find something to help other people because I've been a advocate for my mom for 10 years while she was struggling with cancer, and I'm very much into prevention health. So I finished schooling as a certified health coach. Anyway, bottom line is I ended up getting a job with AmeriGroup. They're a Medicaid product, and we offer free health insurance for people that are low income, but we also offer benefits that help with social determinants of health, like we pay for GED tests, Costco cards, $50 gas cards. We do a ton of things to try to help people out of where they're at. So I'm proud of that as far as what we do as a company. We're able to sponsor events, we attend events, and then I get to do a lot of work around what you guys are doing with my company and as a volunteer.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Sherry. I think we'll probably be picking your brain for some other things too.
We're already on it.
All right. And we got Rain up next.
Hello, now you can hear me.
Yes.
I'm Rain Anderson, and I'm a writer and a content creator and, a general life liver. I don't know. I hate the I ams. Why do we have to do the I ams? Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm a garden enthusiast. I've spent a year with the Master Gardeners and learned a lot, like so much. It was so overwhelming, but I made it through, and so now I'm here, and I hope that I can help in any way you need.
Awesome. We appreciate you being here. And then it looks like we've got Ginger. She hopped in just kind of at the tail end. So Ginger, if you want to unmute yourself and just say hey and tell us who you are, and hopefully we can have more time to share with you what's been going on. Actually, she's still connecting. We'll give her a second.
Yeah, it's been doing that for quite a minute, and that's what happened to Kara as well earlier.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we've got her. It looks like we don't have her here. So that, I think we'll just end on that note and we'll wrap it up here.
I'll go.
Oh, and before we do, go.
And before I do, we have Carrie.
Hi again. Oh, my name's Carrie, and I'm a volunteer, and I also live here.
We're so glad that you're excited for this process, Carrie.
Yes, I'm excited about the gardening. It's definitely an interest in mine.
She can make any and everything potato, and she says, "I'm gonna have many potato skills for your for the compost." So, all right, I think I don't need to go through it. Everybody here knows me, so we're good. Huh? I know so much for my long-winded statement.
Well, what, for the recording though, go for the recording.
Okay, for the recording. My name is Tabasky Snipes. I'm the executive director for ANSIL, A New Start in Life, and right now we find innovative ways to help our young adults become the best version of themselves. We don't know what that looks like. We don't know what the backgrounds of them are. So we just hope that one thing that we do is going to change their mindset to let them know that they can truly take over the world if they put their mind to it. Something as simple as gardening to some people can be a big deal to them. It can give. So in today's society, delayed gratification is one of the things that we're lacking the most, which is why social media, what is like 7 seconds to go through posts. So gardening is one of those things that's going to really truly help us educate our young adults to understand that delayed gratification can give us benefits beyond what we can even imagine. So by having to start something in truly like now in the fall time just to reap the benefits in the springtime is something that a lot of our young adults in society it doesn't even make sense to them. So I think we're really going to break some ground in reaching some of these youth that have young adults that have been through a lot in their life, and to help really motivate and inspire and help them think outside the box. So that's the part that I'm most passionate about and looking forward to. Y'all do that. Everything you do as far as making these, our plants grow, and we'll continue to inspire and show them a way outside of what they can even dream of. So.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, guys. So I'm going to send out the meeting invites, the replay, and some information for next time. And anybody that wants to connect with me can do so through our website, or you can reach me at ansilboard@gmail.com.
Yes. All right, Crystal.
All right. Thanks again, everybody.
We got to get you run all the meetings. That was within an hour. Great job.
Thank you. It was great meeting everybody.
You're
All right.
welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.